Hi everyone. So ये है episode about psychology जहाँ पे we discuss human behavior, we discuss human emotions, why things happen in a certain way, and हम उन्हें analyze करते हैं with the perspective of a psychologist. I myself am a life coach. Hi Virat. So usually we have a sci-fi with us and they give us really nice inputs and आप उनसे कोई भी question पूछते हो, they come up with the really best answers and appropriate answers. वैसे ही because sci-fi comes alternatively and we have psychology sessions every day, so we come up with different psychologists every alternate day, जिस दिन sci-fi नहीं होता है. तो आज I called in my friend, my colleague, and she is a brilliant psychologist. And हमने इकट्ठी ट्रेनिंग की थी of hypnotherapy. And ever since then, I rely on her and she relies on me. And even as psychologists, we've developed this bond and understanding with each other. So it's going to be really nice having her here today. और आज हम overwhelming emotions के ऊपर बात करेंगे. कैसे because of the fear of coronavirus and how it has made this impact, huge impact हमारी life पे. Hi Shivangi. So we'll talk about that. We'll talk about overwhelming emotions. Oh, you can call me Tanya. That's fine. So I'm gonna be calling my friend today, hoping she joins us soon. Let me see if I can get her here. Yes. I sent her the live ka request and we'll be talking about a lot of interesting things today. But I first would want to know कि उसका lockdown कैसा चल रहा है. It's very interesting, कि there is this huge shift in the psychological paradigm. Oh, hi Shrishti. So we're gonna have my friend Shrishti, one of the most amazing psychologists I've ever had a chance to work with.
Hi Tanya.
Hi Shrishti. Hey, we both are
Hi.
wearing similar color, pretty much. The shade, थोड़ा difference
We
होगा.
always do.
I know.
Yeah.
So, guys, she's a sweetheart. I mean, I can't tell you, and this is so sad. This is okay. So this is basically two psychologists doing social distancing, which is just physical one and not an emotional one. That's exactly what you have to aim at. Um, so first of all, hi Shishti and welcome to Corona Pyar Hai ka page. Uh,
Yeah.
so let me tell you a little bit about the initiative, what we're trying to achieve here, and uske baad we'll get on to the topic and then we'll go further. So
Yeah.
Corona Pyar Hai is an initiative that was founded by Bunny. He's one of my friends, like really interesting friends, if I have to say. So he said ki the idea of the initiative is Tanya, he choose love over fear. And he didn't even have to explain this to me because I understood what it meant. And why? Because I've always tried to embrace love in my life. I've embraced even problems in my life. I've tried to love them because they've made
Don't I
me.
know that?
so, yeah, actually, you know it better than anybody else. And that is exactly
So by
why
the
I was
way, everyone, we are each other's therapists. So whenever anything
I
goes
already, I've
wrong in
already
our
given,
life,
I've already given that introduction. मैंने पहले बोला मैंने कहा it's like she comes to me, I come to her, like I go to her. So yeah, so the initiative is about creating that platform जहाँ पे people can come feel that positivity and feel lighter in terms of that they no longer are choosing fear of coronavirus. They're rather embracing their situation and they get a chance to overcome it. And it's been growing. It's nice. The best part is the live sessions. And तुम सीधा live sessions पे आई हो. So देखा मेरे friends
yeah,
होने.
actually, like I honestly, I wasn't even following the page before you asked me to join for a live session, and I was, you know what? Surprisingly, just yesterday, it was the first time that I put myself out there in a like a video format on
The
social media
poem.
on my page.
Yeah,
because I'm very image
I
conscious
know.
that way. I can post pictures, but I'm really not good with videos or showing my
Yeah,
face. And ironically, I do a lot of workshops, and everyone's like, "How's that even possible? How can you be scared of showing your face?" But we all have our weird fears, right?
that's true.
So yesterday, I shared my poems, and today I'm here live, and I don't even know, how many people are going to see this and what's going to happen. But I really like the topic that we're going to discuss.
Oh, I'm sure the topic is so of course we'll have to go around coronavirus for some
Yeah,
time at least, and then uske baad because a lot of times people don't even understand ki how are they being overwhelmed with the emotions and
yeah,
क्या
yeah,
signs होते हैं. So so although I just read something and I think we should begin from there and I'm going to be discussing हमारे next episode में with Mamta ma'am also. After you there's
Mhm.
Mamta ma'am. Um,
Yeah,
I read about somebody committing suicide, okay? And
yeah.
when I know how I process it as in terms of कि क्या हुआ होगा. But if you have to explain people कि, like why this situation arises, why do people have to commit suicide out of fear, especially in terms of coronavirus?
I think subconsciously we're all wired in a way to be afraid of anything that can wipe out the species because it's just genetically, it's just sewn right into us. And like what can I say? Suicide is just a topic which cannot be generalized. It's just I think while growing up, there are a lot of people who go through that phase of having overwhelming emotions and having those suicidal thoughts and feeling like they're not able to handle their emotions. And also, I a friend told me that there was this. Incidents a very long time ago where a space telescope was supposed to fall on Earth and it could have resulted in anything. And
Hmm.
people were so scared and so terrified of it that they attempted suicide. And bottom line, the telescope crashed into water. So there was no harm, but the fear itself wrecked everything, right? And
Hmm.
it's just so exaggerated. I think, when you're having a fear response to anything, you have that basic fight or flight instinct. And you cannot flight right now. Your flight instinct is completely suppressed. So normally in our day-to-day lives, when we are nervous or we don't like the company of someone, or when we're having a stressful day at office, we can just go out and have chai and come back. Or we have that coping mechanism to just run out on the situation. But right
Hmm.
now it's clearly not happening, and people are just used to running out on situations very easily. So then there comes a fight response, and you cannot go out and fight. Coronavirus isn't some big thing that is tangible that you can fight against, right? So
Yeah.
I think like your body's energy level is just so spiked, and you're not thinking it through in like in the state of overwhelming emotions. And it is very scary, but also it depends on, I think, the people who already have a lot of things going on in their lives. Maybe this is a very tough time. I know a lot of people who are breaking up in this situation because they are like, Bhaiya, what am I doing with this partner? I actually have a lot of people who are reacting that way. Ki, I don't have anything in common with this person. Why am I even dating this person? So and also people are locked up with their toxic families. I'm not saying that that issue can't be worked through, but then without a prior notice, you're just locked down with the people you always want to run out
Yes.
on,
Hmm.
you know, and none of your usual coping mechanisms are available in this situation. So I think
Hmm.
it's like people are already vulnerable, and then everything out there, it's like really scary. And this 24 hours of news and social media and every damn page always posting about it, I think it's too much.
Hmm.
I think ever since this has started, I wrote one article on it, but I've not been excessively posting about coronavirus because I know everyone knows the basics, right? And I cannot add anything to it. And I don't think
Hmm.
there's a point. In fact, I've shared a lot of jokes around it. And
Yeah.
yeah, I just don't think there's any need for adding to the panic. I think that's
Hmm.
all I can say to the subject. And
Uh,
suicide is definitely not something we can generalize. Yeah.
So, I still remember there was this very low point of time in my life, guys, jahan pe I approached Shrishti and I was like, I wanted to hear something that would just set me apart, like from the emotion that I was feeling.
So she gave me this life-changing example, okay? She said something
Really?
so big, and I was like, what? That's true. She was like, you're out on the road, and the bus is going to hit you. And you have to move, right? If you want to save yourself. It's okay to move. It's okay to change place. But the thing is, and I did move. I changed my position. I came back on the road because I was supposed to walk it, but I had to move at that point of time in life, and I realized why it was important for me to hear that. However, Aj, now that I'm thinking about it, so it's basically
Yeah.
everybody's walking their paths, right? And there's a bus that's gonna hit us, and that it's a huge bus, like a double-decker bus now, which is the virus, okay? Like metaphorically speaking. And then on the other side of the road, there is no other road, so it might just be, a valley, or it might just be a railway track, and वहाँ से train भी जा रही है, and it's just dead end on the other
Yeah.
side.
Yeah. Of course.
So either you figure a way out to deal with this oncoming, thing at you, or you choose something even more dangerous.
Yes.
So
And I
so
think
it's yes,
also
huh?
already, I think the economy was going down. And, like we constantly heard news about people being jobless and, all
Hmm.
these things. Just way, I actually, me being a psychologist, and see, I have a lot of conflict with my family because they have the TV on 24/7. And I'm like, what good is that going to do to you, And I don't even, I know my basics, right? I do have my mobile application with the news channel, but I do not tune into it. I'm not reading it 24/7 because I know that is just subconsciously brainwashing me into losing faith in humanity and losing faith in everything around. So we
Hmm.
don't need that. And I think blocking out news even on a regular basis, it's good practice. I think your general knowledge should be updated, but I don't think you need to keep being bombarded with a lot of information that is, not going to affect your life directly in any way.
Hmm. That's true.
Yeah.
Although I do have a question, ठीक है? So apparently ऐसा लग रहा है मैं सारे questions से आज ही discuss कर लूंगी because I just happen to read the news because I have to every day uh, for my show. तो अभी मैं पढ़ रही थी and आज ना I planned कि मैं सारी positive news दूंगी related to corona virus. ठीक है?
Okay. Mhm.
And आज ही मेरे को बहुत मिली भी हैं like so many एक शेयर भी करती थी साथ इससे पहले मैं भूल जाऊं. So I don't know if you heard it so far or not, but there was this couple क्योंकि lockdown हो गया and they couldn't get married, and so what they did was they did get married. And how did they actually got married? They exchanged onion rings.
What?
Yeah, but that's
Only
an
only you
amazing
can be sharing such news, Sonia.
what? Only I can be क्या?
Sharing such a news.
नहीं, but it's a news, and मेरी attention वहां पे गई थी, and I was like, this is such a cool story. कल को अपने बच्चों को बताएंगे. I mean, I don't mind having this, but although I don't have a boyfriend, but this is so nice. So people are
Yeah.
coming up with creative ways. So like this is a positive वो. However,
Mm-hmm.
um, so today I was like, आज भी मैं ऐसे कोई ढूंढूंगी. How I just came across एक suicide. A lady thinking that she had coronavirus, so she committed suicide. दूसरी न्यूज थी जहां पे there was this man uh, accusing other people कि तुम्हारी वजह से कोरोना वायरस फैल गया, तो उन लोगों में से किसी एक ने उसको गोली मार दी, and the person died, of course. And or both the news, see, I understand the rationality of it. I understand life here, things happen. Had it been a normal person reading the news who gets overwhelmed, how do you think you would say or suggest ki, even if you're reading such a thing that can overwhelm you with emotions, especially with a negative emotion, how do you still read it and not get affected? Do you think there's a way?
See, the thing is, coronavirus or not, like there is always something going on the planet that is scary. You know, I was actually going through a friend's status update, and she lit a candle yesterday because a 8-year-old girl child was raped just yesterday. And news is always there, and there's
In
always
Noida,
like
in
I think
Noida. Yes, I know.
yeah, in Noida, in fact. So
Hmm.
I think bad news is always a constant part of it, and I think there comes a point where you have to learn how to distance and detach from whatever you see and whatever you hear, because if you personalize everything, if you take everything on yourself, you're just adding your anxiety. And I think it's something that requires a lot of practice, and it's
Hmm.
not no psychologist, no one can just come and give you a life changing advice which can fix everything. It just takes a lot of practice and a lot of conscious control over your mind, because you need to healthy detachment is very important. That's
Hmm.
that's the point. And even
Yeah.
if you have overwhelming emotions, you need to be aware that, okay, I'm being affected by this in this moment. It's okay. I cannot allow this news to be with me for the rest of the day, for the rest of the night, for the coming days, right? Like, I mean, that's really counterproductive.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
detachment is the key
So
from
even
everything
if
you see.
so now the thing is कि now I want to go detachment से भी पहले थोड़ा सा, which is कि जहाँ पे you don't even, do you think there's also a possibility that people half of the time they don't even realize that they're attached to something, like the
Yeah,
awareness, the
okay. Yeah, of course.
है
Awareness,
ना?
yes, of course, yeah. So we are way more attached to everything than we realize in day-to-day life. I mean, we're attached to like a table or a chair in our room, or something really silly. And uh, yeah, awareness is definitely something we lack. And I think this is a very good time to update and understand,
Yeah.
how our awareness works, because we have all this time. Our
Yeah.
mind is not taking up as much stimulus as it would usually, right? We're not going out. We're working from home. We still have time. So this is a very good time to train our brains to be
Hmm.
very mindful and very aware of what kind of thoughts come up and what kind of emotion comes up and what are our triggers, basically.
People
Yeah.
who are watching this, if you have a question, please do ask, because हमारे साथ आज बहुत ही बढ़िया psychologist है, and she can probably give you a few tips or so. मैं आज host की तरह आई हूँ, so I'm like I'm chilling. Okay, I am the one who's gonna ask questions.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, okay, so awareness. I get that. यार क्या है, this is so bad. I should have not अभी said मतलब लोगों को, क्योंकि मैं खुद flow में चल रही थी, but I forgot the question now. It's so sad.
It's
But that's
okay. It's
fine.
fine.
Um, ठीक है. So before we actually get back, let's take like a 5 minute break. जिसके अंदर let's play a game, ठीक है? And I'm
No, I
gonna
don't like games. I
just
do not
one
like
game, just
games.
one game, just one. Very
Ah,
easy, very simple. So I'll just,
बिल्कुल.
you have to close your
बोलो.
eyes, ठीक है? And I'll say one word,
No.
and you have to tell the first thought that comes to your mind. Simple.
Oh
We
God.
have done
Shit, I'm
techniques
gonna
on
be
it,
so
yeah.
embarrassed. Okay, I have to close my eyes for this.
Yeah, so because you can get distracted with the screen, the comments, कुछ भी. So it's just better, right?
There
So
are
you hear me out.
comments right now. It's okay. Okay. You know what? Fine. Okay. Let
Or
me.
maybe
Okay,
if
look.
you don't want to close, हाँ, ठीक, you can look away if you want that. ठीक है?
Look
So
away.
I'll just say
No,
some words
it's
and
weird. It's fine. This is okay.
are
Go
you
on.
sure? Okay.
Yeah. I won't. I will keep aside my ADHD and I'll pay attention to you
Okay,
for
cool.
sure.
Cool.
Yeah.
ठीक है. I trust you. So
Yeah.
there are few words. एक word बोलूंगी and you have to tell me the first thought.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Okay? So 1, 2, 3. Your first word is Corona.
Virus.
Okay.
Yeah.
Lockdown.
Food.
You said food
Food.
with lockdown.
I stocked up. I'm
Yeah,
a hoarder.
makes sense. I've been having chole bhature every day, जब से
Yeah,
lockdown
of
हुआ है.
course.
I'm kidding.
Pav
No,
bhaji, chole bhature, everything. You're
everything.
becoming a master chef now.
No. I'm asking somebody else to cook it for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Come on, just hit me with more words.
Next, government initiatives.
Government
Very lamba
initiative.
word, yeah.
मेरे दिमाग में नरेगा आ रहा है. I think नरेगा is not related to this. NREGA.
हाँ.
I just heard about it a lot while studying
Okay.
economics and stuff back in school. Yeah.
Okay. So ठीक है, fine. Animals.
Dog.
Social distancing.
Social distancing. Sad.
It is. It is.
It's damn sad. It's damn sad. Like, so I apparently am not even allowed to hug my own mother in my own house. So I can't do well with that. So, no.
Why?
She's too freaked out. She's like, पहले हाथ धो के आओ, पहले मुंह धो के आओ. And I'm like, we don't
Oh.
even go out.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
Damn. अच्छा. Anxiety,
Issues?
panic.
Disorder? Ah, my clinical brain. Okay.
I see. Clearly, there's a psychologist sitting in front of me.
Yeah. Damn.
Okay, next. Um, love.
You? Let's be cringy. Oh, she's blushing. Okay.
मैं लाइव पे आज मुझे प्रपोजल मिला है नाइस ओके मैं डिस्ट्रैक्ट हो गई बहुत ज्यादा this
Okay.
was meant to be never mind okay
Yeah.
yeah that was it
So can
I
we
think
do this other way? Can I hit you with the question word
go ahead
sound?
I'll have to close my eyes though huh go ahead
Okay. Plant,
huh
plant, पौधा.
um I don't know am I supposed to water
You don't
it
have time,
am
Tanya.
I
You don't have
supposed
to
to water
think.
it that's my thought am I supposed to water it that was my
Okay,
thought
fine. Freud.
sexy
What? You find Sigmund?
I
Oh my God, Freud must be so happy in his grave.
that's the vibe I got. Like, ooh, nice theories. I like it.
I love Freud. I think Freud is the reason why most people start in psychology. They're like everything is related to sex. Ah, then we study that.
Yeah, I think that's why I just came up with sexy, like that. I do agree with him. I do agree with him. Huh. Okay.
Okay. Elephants?
I just thought me, but no.
No, come on. Okay.
Cute. Well, I'm calling
Yeah,
elephants
बहुत
cute. बहुत
नहीं कर
बढ़िया.
रहे. This is so not. This is not working out. I'm sorry.
Okay,
You go ahead and do your thing.
no, just one more. चलो एक आखिरी.
Okay. Wind?
Wind. It
You're
has
not
been a
supposed to
while
take
since
so
I
much time.
experienced
Oh my
it.
God, what are you doing?
I go blank. I do. मैं क्या सोचूं हवा बहुत टाइम से खाई नहीं मैंने. That's the only thing I could come up with. See, I have very weird responses. Clearly, I shouldn't have been a psychologist, but ठीक है. I mean, नहीं, but otherwise, I'm pretty good. You can actually come to me if you want. अभी नहीं, अभी मैं बहुत busy हूँ. अच्छा. So, okay. So getting back, so we were talking. बीच में मैंने word use किया था anxiety, right? And there is also loneliness, there is panic, and there are common emotions, ठीक है, जो which we've been dealing with as psychologists लोगों के अंदर for quite a
Yeah.
while now. Actually, they're pretty normal, but
Yeah.
somehow people have started realizing that these emotions exist now better than ever.
Yeah. Yeah.
So what makes you think happened in their here, like in the mind, that they started acknowledging these emotions altogether?
I don't think anything happened internally. I think it's all external. It's just that people run out very quickly on whatever challenges, whatever issues they have. It takes them minutes to, like, okay, you have a heated conversation with someone, they'll walk out, मैं सुट्टा break लेने जा रहा हूँ, like, just like that. So, people don't have escape mechanisms right now. People have no option but to confront their emotions and to live with them, basically. I think, I keep telling everyone. So, a lot of my friends, they keep asking me that, why do you tend to sleep by 10 o'clock? Why do you wake at 6, 7 o'clock? And, how can you not? You don't know this show? Oh my God, this is the latest one. I'm like, I spend a lot of time with myself. I don't need to have a show constantly, or I'm not hooked onto anything external to feel addicted to it in that way. And it's really hard. It's actually very, very hard to live with your emotions. But after one point, if you want to live like a very genuine, authentic life, you need to know yourself in and out. And people don't have the option but to sort of confront their emotions right now. I think it's just because of the lockdown. It doesn't have to do with anything internal. And if it's internal, I think it's because, people realize that this, we don't know. It's just the uncertainty. We really, we realize how out of control things are in life sometimes. So maybe that's
True.
internal. I think it's just the lack of escape mechanism right now.
Yeah, possibly. That's true,
Yeah,
that's true. Because
yeah,
there have been times जहाँ पे नीचे ना comments में आया है कि यार family के साथ हैं अब तो रहना पड़ रहा है, there's no point. मतलब how
yeah.
do you even talk? And even if you do try to give them a suggestion, right? And life mein you cannot talk to people directly. And they've come up
Not
with
one on
it's
one.
easier said than done. It's not that. It's just I think of course you were never put in this situation. Now you have to be in this situation. It's like
Yeah.
Mamta ma'am told me this example कल बहुत बढ़िया. It's like तुमने खुद by choice चीनी छोड़ दी, ठीक है? और एक है तुम्हें डॉक्टर ने जबरदस्ती बोला मतलब कि नहीं तुम्हें हेल्थ कंडीशन हो जाएगी.
Yeah.
So by choice is something that you're willing to do, but if something is like तुम पे थोप दी जाए, तो it becomes really difficult to
Yeah.
actually deal with it.
Yeah, of course.
Anyway, so because you're a psychologist and a really good one, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna give you few things.
Thank you for the
I
flattery.
know, right? I have to so that you come back here again. I'll just okay.
Okay.
So I'm gonna be telling you कुछ चीजें, emotions and a question maybe. जिसमें you can suggest 3 to 5 tips for people who'd be listening or seeing this video later. ठीक है?
Yeah,
So
okay.
first is how to deal with loneliness.
How to deal with loneliness? Okay. So, loneliness, I think it's the toughest emotion and the one that eats us alive from within
Hmm.
because as humans, we were designed to live in a pack, in a community, and I think you need to start looking at it in a different way because okay, I think you need to somewhere have a lot of genuine connections in life that
Hmm.
uh, people you know what, our generation has grown up watching Friends, How I Met Your Mother, and all these brilliant shows, right? Even I love them, even I love Friends, but usme they show that how the gang is always in the coffee house and they're always having a beer or something, right? So people are used to thinking of friendship and relationships as it's not the same as having everyone with you all the time. You know,
Hmm.
people need to change that mentality, even though that's what they've been told to believe, right?
Hmm.
So, one, you need to understand that you need to have genuine connections. Ki no matter how far they are, you don't feel like you have no one in life. And I don't think a lot of people have a lot of genuine, deep relationships these days. I think that people, the moment they start getting vulnerable and attached, or the moment someone else starts getting vulnerable and attached, people tend to run out of that connection, even in friendships, because
Hmm.
vulnerability kind of, brings up that side of yours that you're constantly running from.
Yeah.
And then learn to live with yourself. And I think all therapy movies, all breakup movies, if you've seen Queen, if you've seen any movie for that matter, right? Like they're always like, खुद से प्यार करना सीखो. It's easier said than done. It's very hard. Like it's very hard. I think in this lockdown, I've been, I used to think that I have no time, but now I do have time. But then I realized that I never used my time properly. I've been reading a lot of books and making a lot of notes and studying. I'm also like super interested in chakras and tarot and all that alternative stuff because I think it works. And so I'm exploring things that I love, and ये जवानी है दीवानी Mohit. Thank you so much. Yes. So even नहीं, but ये जवानी है दीवानी में he actually goes away. But okay, yeah. So sorry. See, he distracted
But
me. This
Deepika
is so wrong.
Padukone, उसने अपने साथ भी रहना सीख लिया इतने सालों तक. Whatever, she made sure that she gives importance to herself. So ठीक है, that happened.
But I think she was a character who never had struggle with living with herself because they never showed her as a lonely bechari or
हाँ नहीं,
anything.
that's true, that's true. हाँ मतलब
Yeah.
points and deviate हो गए, but there was self-love involved.
Yeah. Of course,
Yes,
self-love
हाँ.
is the most important. And any movie, any book, the emotion you were talking about.
Hmm.
Yeah, I agree, Mohit. So yeah, we were speaking about loneliness, right? See, I'm so ADHD. I'm so Mohit. I hate you.
You
I'm
know,
just so easily distractible. So
I. Okay, carry on.
someone which topic you speak and people are messaging. Okay, we're talking about loneliness here, and okay, I was talking about self-love. So no matter what happens, when your entire life revolves around something outside of yourself. I think I've had a mother who was very chronically ill, for all the years that I grew up. So till I was some 20, 21 years old, my entire life revolved around how to care for her, how to be there for her, what can I do for her, how can I make her life better. But I never made the time to, find my own identity beyond my mother. So then I realized that I had to step out of my comfort zone and start thinking of what is going to fill my own cup, what is going to make me happy. And self-love is important for millennials. Yes, I think it's very important for millennials because the kind of connections and emotions that people used to share, pehle. Even though I don't know how it worked out, the whole joint family dynamic. I don't know how that worked out. Now it just seems so hard to imagine. But now people are not living in communities anymore, and it's something people really lack. So build your community. I think if you want to fight loneliness, build your community. Your community is your tribe. It's the people जिनसे even if you're thousands of kilometers away, you still connected by heart. So yeah, like us.
Like us.
Yeah, yeah.
And as
And
a matter of fact, हम कितना कम बात करते हैं, तब भी guys, we've still felt
it's
always
always
connected.
quality.
Yes.
Yeah, it's always quality. And I mean, don't go for the easier options. Don't go for the toxic people. Don't go for, your hangout buddy who makes you feel like shit. People make that mistake because they have a void inside. They want to just, handle that void and fill it with people and fill it with distractions. So I think get rid of those toxic beer buddies or those coffee buddies who make you feel so bad from within. Hi, ma'am. Hi, Mamta, ma'am.
मोहित एक लाइन लिखी जिसपे मैं कमेंट करना चाहूंगी. इसने लिखा है कि गिरने पे समझने में क्या है, संभालने वाला होना चाहिए. So I've always told my friends, कि अगर मैं कोई डिसीजन लूं, मैं इट्स लाइक मैं बिल्डिंग पे हूँ, अगर मैं वहां से गिरने का भी डिसीजन लूं ना, आई डोंट वांट यू स्टैंडिंग पीछे मेरे, आई वांट यू टू स्टैंड
Yeah.
नीचे, so that even when I
Uh-huh.
fall, and I'm hoping that I don't hurt myself, even if
Yeah.
I do, and even if I fall, so I know that my friend would be there, and I know for a fact that Shrishti is. So I think the idea in itself, knowing that you're standing on that building akele, but at the back of your mind that your friend is there for you. So I think the loneliness, so it's not just friend, anybody as a matter of fact. So वो चीज
Yeah.
थोड़ी काफी हो जाती है. हाँ, you were saying something, sorry. हाँ.
Someone said, I think someone just said, गिरना ही बंद कर दो. That's not going to happen, buddy. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
life is way
I
more.
enjoy jumping from the building.
What? Okay.
No.
I mean,
Metaphorically, guys, there's nothing like that. It's a metaphor. ठीक है, वो भी second floor, नहीं, first, actually half a floor. That's where
Yeah.
from where I jumped. ठीक है.
Yeah. So I think basically coming back to loneliness, get rid of the toxic people who make you feel like shit. Find your tribe. Find people whom you connect with emotionally, mentally, spiritually. You cannot just find people who are available next door and stop counting on them. You cannot call the person next door your best friend, and despite of the fact that they are downright toxic for you, stop hanging out with those people. And just be conscious about who you're surrounding yourself with and who you choose to call your closest. I think that would be an antidote to loneliness and battling that emotion, and also learn to live with yourself before anything else.
By the way, I just remembered कि मैं तुझे ना ये बीच में बोलने वाली थी. I am so freaking glad that you're free now. free that you have time. बेचारी बहुत, she's really hardworking, guys. Like on a very serious note. You can stop falling. Depends now what you plan to fall. See, it's very simple. The idea is not falling. The idea is you want to take that decision. It makes you happy. That's the thing. You want to embrace the situation. That's a choice. If you don't want to, that's also another choice. If you're happy with by not making that choice, go ahead. As long as you're content here, I think, and content here, tab tak nothing else matters. So that's one's
No,
choice.
but I think it's not possible to not fall in life. If there is a rise, there will, it's like this and it's like this. So somewhere you need to embrace the fact that aaj aapka, it's your best time of your life, but tomorrow it will be low. So you need to be prepared for both situations. जब भी अच्छा वक्त आता है, लोग they are like chilling in life. अब तो हम पहुंच गए, we have arrived, because movie में they show the downfall and then they show the rise. and rice पे movie
Yeah.
khatam, but they don't show the next cycle, right? And we really love media and we really want to believe that एक final destiny point होगा जिसके बाद हमारे life में कोई भी कूड़ा गंद कुछ नहीं होगा, right? But that's not how it works out. So you need to get acquainted with the concept that आज अच्छा है कल बुरा होगा फिर अच्छा होगा. So when you're adamant about अच्छे दिन आएंगे regardless of what happens, I think you will be the strongest version of yourself.
I have a very weird example. It's so funny यार. I come up with really weird and bad examples and तेरी तरह cool नहीं होते पर ठीक है. So it's like it's basically जैसे you're your own home, right? Your body is your own home, your mind, soul, everything. वैसे जैसे घर पे
Yeah.
होता है. It's like I have a nice place, but it can get dirty. जितने दिन पास
Yeah.
होंगे, and as a matter of fact, every time I'll be responsible to clean it up and make sure that the garbage goes out of my place, not
Yeah.
stays inside. So it's gonna get dirty and it's gonna get messy every time inside also. And you've got to make sure कि आप उसको हर थोड़ा time में you figure out a way to clean it and you get rid of
Yeah.
that garbage, right? But
Yeah.
hey, that was not so bad actually.
That was not one of your worst. You can definitely do worse, Tanya.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Okay, just move with the flow of life, ups and downs, nothing will be wrong. That's true. खुद को कर बुलंद इतना is very क्या है? Good share. अच्छा.
Acha,
So ये
okay, I
part
think someone named Flo
you're
moved with
welcome. हाँ. So
someone has
movement with Dilnek.
shared a paragraph. I personally have switched my mindset somewhere to loving myself and stopped trying to get into a relationship. Just started hurting too much, being vulnerable and getting down. Okay. So, relationship. I think, Tanya, this is a big problem with our generation. Everyone is getting into one relationship after another. They break up, they patch up, they hook up, next person available who's
एक
closest
तरफा
to date.
प्यार, everything, all of that. It's going crazy.
Yeah.
Yes.
4 दिन की चांदनी फिर अंधेरी रात वाला हिसाब है. And
Yeah.
see, people can be hurt, people can be going through the worst of the time, they can have child abuse, they can have a history of terrible relationships, they can have whatever past, but in the bottom line, except for the psychopaths, which I think are very rare, everyone wants love, everyone wants to feel connected. And people in this generation don't realize that they're also always on the go, always trying to find the next partner to date, always they just break up and then the next day they're on Tinder to find a distraction. So it's like वो पिछले relationship का कूड़ा they are always going to carry into the next relationship.
Yeah.
And then फिर उसके साथ 2-3 महीने में okay शुरू में बहुत अच्छा लगेगा because obviously शुरू में your oxytocin and everything is like ला ला गा गा.
Yeah.
And then वो हटेगा, सच्चाई दिखेगी and then you'll break up with them to again go on a dating app. So relationship is something we all, I think this generation is completely struggling with, and I don't think we have the best models of relationship either. I think a lot of clients, a lot of people, a lot of friends, I have heard a lot of shitty stories about what the the previous generation, they come from a very weird generation. If you hear their backstories, वो बिल्कुल आशिकी वाले times थे, right? They had the most dramatic love stories and then they came together and the married life got trash eventually. So I think the generational gap is completely there, and no one's had a good role model of what a good relationship looks like. But then also एक और चीज आ जाती है इसमें कि it's not just about the model, even they are humans, even parents are humans, and everyone, let's just face it, तुम्हारे parents अगर भगवान भी है, still they're going to wreck you, in your own specific ways. So till you don't keep carrying the trash of the previous relationship into the next relationship and uska trash into the next, you can never be in a happy relationship. You cannot be in a stable relationship where you don't feel the need to run out of the situation all the time. Some people, I think मोहित ने ये जवानी है दीवानी का एग्जाम्पल दिया, तो उसमें एक बहुत ही सुंदर डायलॉग है कि कुछ लोगों के साथ वक्त बिताने से ही सब अच्छा हो जाता है. सो यू नीड टू फाइंड दोस पीपल कि किसके साथ वो थोड़ा सा वक्त बिताने से भी सब कुछ अच्छा फील होने लगता है, rather than someone जिसके साथ तुम हजारों घंटे बिता रहे हो बियर पी के, कॉफी पी के, डेट्स पे जाके, या जस्ट रैंडम चीजें करके, बट यू नॉट You don't feel like हाँ आज हमने बहुत अच्छा time spend करा है. So
And
I think
also, Shrishti, I think a lot of times we confuse the feeling of finding that love only in our romantic relationships, to be honest. And you won't
thank
even
you,
realize.
Florence.
Yeah.
Someone just complimented us. Sorry.
Huh. You said it
Sorry.
so beautifully. As a matter of fact, I've experienced it. I've done that. So you know everything.
Who hasn't, Tanya? I speak from experiences, so of
Experiences.
course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But मेरा point क्या था मैं भूल गई. What was I saying? I
You
was
were
saying something.
giving me a list of topics and how to, deal
No,
with
no,
them
I
when
was
we were
saying
at
something
lonely.
else. I wanted to reflect upon what you said. But let's carry on and we'll go to our last topic, which is tips on how to stay positive.
How to stay positive? Yeah, I think there is no mool mantra. I think different things work out for different people. The thing is, आप, एक ऐसा बंदा, okay, now I look for the special bonds and friendships, to be honest. Yes, I think having good friends is very important. In fact, your life partner should also be like your best friend. I think so.
And then
That's
वो
my
लाइफ पे
philosophy.
अगर वो लाइफ पे आए तो तुम्हें आई लव यू भी बोले तो बस तुम वही जान छिड़क दो जैसे आज मुझे बोला गया. Okay, हाँ.
Tanya,
Yes.
stop it. People are going to think weird things. Okay. So, Miss, this generation खुद से प्यार करो और हमारी मम्मी आगे conversation में as long as you keep looking for completion outside, it's difficult to get it. When I am whole and complete, I tend to find better people and relationships. I
That's
completely
true.
agree.
That's true.
See,
That's true.
yes, that's why Gurudev आ गई हमारी
Yes, of
conversation
course.
में. That's why we need Mamta ma'am always. Yep.
हाँ.
हाँ.
Okay, how to stay positive, buddy?
Okay, yes, sorry. I think we're all flooded with a lot of,
Hmm.
information, but सबका मूल मंत्र अलग होता है. It's always hit and trial. What works for me will not work for you. I think for me, at the end of the day, just, reading a book might work, but you might be someone who's more hyper, more energetic. You need to vent out and release it.
Hmm.
Even like, so I have friends who dance. At the end of the day, I have friends जो सुबह 5 बजे उठ के योगा करते हैं. I have gym freak friends, and so you need to find out your best coping mechanism. And to
Yeah.
stay positive, also accepting that emotional ups and downs are a part of life. So to stay detached, detachment is key. Like, in
Hmm.
mindfulness and in Buddhism, it's always about that healthy detachment from life and from things. कि अच्छा हो रहा है, very good. बुरा हो रहा है, ठीक है, it will pass. So
Hmm.
that kind of a detached approach. And overall, just sit down and, like just write down all the aspects of your life, basically career, finances, relationship, friendship, family. Okay, make that row, make that chart, and rate it out of 5. Ki where does it stand and how can I make it better? How can I make it permanently better for myself? And if you find it hard,
Hmm.
definitely go, seek therapy. It's amazing. And let me tell you all one thing, even we therapists go for therapy, so it's completely normal and natural. Always reach out
Yes.
for help.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I'd like to add to this how to stay positive. Just 2 points. एक है कि this is like a personal thing. It's not like a psychological aspect right now. Ki as a therapist that I'm telling you. So it's an experience that I realized ki everybody has one good thing, right, in them, one strength in them. I want you to find that one thing about you that sets you apart and that's keeps you positive and hopeful and optimistic. जैसे वो चीज मिल जाए, figure a way out to just magnify it. And because that is the only thing, and that one thing can become your strength, can give you a very optimistic approach in life. For me, it's been love, the feeling of love, and I don't mean romantic love. It's just being compassionate, चाहे वो मेरी पढ़ाई की तरफ था, towards my problems, towards other people, and the more I did it, the more better my life got. So also that is why Corona प्यार है. दूसरी चीज, follow my page, buddy. Like it's really good. I've got really nice TikTok content, and तुम बड़े खुश हो
Of
जाओगे.
course.
Just go through my page and you'll be like, wow, it's very cute actually. मैं अपनी तारीफ कर रही हूँ, but ठीक है, that's fine.
Yeah.
Self love, हाँ. And yes, you can follow Shrishti also. Words of Psychologist. And
थोड़ा black
she,
and white मिलेगा वो. Tanya is the more colorful one out of the two of us, but
मैं तो बहुत ज्यादा मैं बहुत entertainment में चली जाती हूँ. So I don't know, थोड़ा weird for a psychologist, but ठीक है. It's new trend. Before we,
You are
so
the
now,
trendsetter. It's not new trend. You are
for
setting the
me,
trend of more happening psychologists, I think so.
thanks.
हम तो boring है यार तान्या. Like you are the one who's
Boring
outside
का
doing
पता
it.
नहीं. The thing is, a lot of people might not end up taking me seriously. And there are
But
people, and psychologists only, by the way. But that's fine. I think everybody has a point of view, and I am me. So
yeah.
yeah.
And
We're
also,
gonna. Hanji, go ahead. Sorry.
yeah, I just want to say something on that one thing, wala fact. Always, I think always existential intelligence is something I speak about. Now, that's a bhari bharkam
Hmm.
psychology ka shabd. I'm going to simplify it. It's that one reason for which you're alive. Try to find that reason and stick with it and, make a vision for your life that is around that purpose. Like for me, talking about mental health, doing social work or basically giving back to society. That is my thing. I just love mental health. I love crazy people. I love cuckoo people. That's my cup of tea. That floats my boat. I cannot help it. So whenever I'm feeling down and low, I know I have a sense of purpose in life and I have to go for it and I need to even work on myself for that. So that if I'm not a good psychologist, if I'm not stable myself, I cannot give. So everyone needs to find that one purpose and one reason.
That's true.
Just go
So
deep.
flowing sing, I think, is that dancing? If I'm not wrong. But
What?
if it is, if it flowing sing में लिखा है कि बहुत सही बोला. I see what that one thing is that pushes my happiness to another level. I'll start working on it again. Yeah, and it could be as simple as dance also,
Yeah,
because
of course.
I've done that also. I've used my dancing as like a very therapeutic activity. So, but ठीक है, whatever it is, I hope that
Yeah,
actually gets you ahead in life. As a matter of
yeah.
fact, that can also get you a lot of matches on Tinder. I'm not kidding. It's worked. Oh no, I'm serious. He was there on my color. So we had been doing this series on sexuality. So last episode we talked about Tinder profiles. So yeah, I'm
Uh-huh.
just saying it's going to be a good thing. It's
Mm-hmm.
not dancing. Dance is one of the things, but not the biggest positive motive. But whatever it is, I hope you can actually make use of it and just keep, you know, taking it ahead. And
Expanding
yeah,
on it. And it doesn't even have to be one thing. I mean, it's like,
it could be
you know,
multiple,
yeah, exactly. So one
but
thing for when you're feeling low to,
yeah.
increase your energy. One thing when you're feeling too hyper to calm you down. You need different things for different purposes.
So my biggest motivator in life is spreading happiness. You mean making people smile. So that's why he's a friend, and
Okay.
he also cracks jokes, really nice jokes, and
Mhm.
you get to, make people smile. And I think that's gonna get you ahead, like really ahead, buddy. Like I'm
Yeah.
telling you with experience. Okay, so Pereto, thank you so much for coming on the live show, Shrishti. This meant a lot कि तूने मैं तुझे एक बार में पूछा तूने एक बार में हाँ बोल दिया. Second
Mhm.
of all, we would love to have you on the show again. And yeah, as a matter of fact, I have a few offers to make to you. क्या करूँ मैं आजकल थोड़ी marketing भी कर रही हूँ, promotions भी कर रही हूँ, and I'm also inviting people. Um, but yes, thank you again. And is there anything else that you'd want to say before we wind up completely?
I I think
Follow her, guys. Follow
this.
her. Yes.
Thank you so much.
Huh.
I won't like I get hesitant with the promotion marketing bit. So thank you so
I'll do
much.
it for you, na. I've been doing it for everyone, so don't worry. इसको
Yeah,
please follow कर लेना,
thank
guys.
you.
हाँ. Words dot of dot psychologist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean I have been making it a point to use this duration for my self development, and I think yesterday I attended a workshop online for communication skills, and I don't think I'm a bad communicator. But when it comes to social media, I'm terrified. I am terrified of putting myself out there because there are some creeps. And, like being a woman and putting yourself out there on social media, it just means your inbox is going to be flooded with all kind of trash. Like, I mean, I've had someone proposing me for marriage. I've had someone asking me out on a date. And I'm putting out my intellectual property on my page. I'm sharing my stories. I'm sharing things that are deeply personal and emotional to me, and about the amazing people I've met on my social work. And people are saying, "Oh, you're so cute. Oh, you're so beautiful." And I'm like, I don't care. I really don't care. So, because of these people, I was terrified of putting my face out there and actually coming forward. But just yesterday, I realized that I need to get over it. And then you asked me, bilkul, डेट तो ठीक है यार. हद है मतलब. Okay, anyways, so just when I decided to get out of that mindset of basically hiding myself and being afraid, I think this happened. And thank you for the timing. It's just, when you decide to shift something subconsciously,
Yeah.
opportunities sort of come to you. So thank you so much.
It's always ये हमेशा तेरा dialogue रहा है. Every time you and I we've met, we've talked. हर बार you're like, this is the exact time तान्या जब ऐसा मैं कुछ करने वाली थी, and you just happen to come out of nowhere and
Yeah,
tell me.
our timings are always very,
हाँ, I know कि
it's
yeah,
very
I know.
weird.
Thu. So
I
we'll take
think when
this.
a person, I think when a person starts to take things as it is rather than how he expects them to be, the whole perspective of life changes, as there is no or least expectations. Yeah, I mean, expectations are also one thing that kill people from within. I agree with you,
We'll
Mohit.
have
Thank
to
you
do
for
a whole
the.
workshop on that. Do you know, Mohit? I'm
Mohit
not
is
kidding.
also. Okay, a shout out to Mohit. Mohit is a brilliant performer. Like, go check out his page.
Mohit, hello, you're welcome here, buddy. You're invited. If you're an artist, come perform for us because we have artists live here and they give performances. You will also get a host, and you just have to contact
He
me.
plays a flute. He's a theater actor. He's our
You should.
senior. He was studying psychology, by the way.
Oh, so
He's
I'm
from
at the
our college.
same. Oh
Ha
my
ha ha.
God. Oh, hi, senior. So if you would want to come on the live show, that'll be great. I think this is really okay. Thank you so much. वैसे Mohit made the whole conversation really interesting. बीच में inputs थे
Yeah.
and flowing things. You also. Thank you again, Chishti, and I love you too. And I will talk to you very soon.
Yes.
Chalo.
Thank you for
Okay.
having me.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye, Mohit. Bye, everyone.
Bye,
Really
Mohit.
nice meeting you all.
Yes.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.
ये ज़्यादा हो गया, I think. हाँ? नहीं, कुछ ज़्यादा नहीं हुआ. Okay, bye.